What got me here is about a year ago. There was no special day. It wasn't anything major that was going on in my life. I just was using fentanyl, methadone, cocaine, Captain Morgan, and benzodiazepines every day for a year and a half. I was killing myself and I was dying out there. I felt worthless. I felt empty. I felt like I had absolutely nothing to offer this world. And I knew that there is some kind of treatment out there. So I went out to Care and Treatment Center out in Pennsylvania, and I went there for 45 days, and it took me months to feel better again. And then I went into the next facility from there, which was a step down, and then I went into sober living. I worked really hard to get to where I got, and it was a 12-step, how I was learning it and the work that I was doing. But you know, when I came back home, I ended up one day just deciding it's just going to be one. And I knew deep down that wisdom that you have inside of you, I knew that it was the wrong thing to do, and I knew as I went through the entire process to do it, that it was wrong. But I was continuing to lie to myself. It was like having two voices in my head. And it goes back into, you know what, I'm not going to get this anyway. I'm going to fail at some point regardless, so I might as well just do it now. And I went and did it. And it took about 4 weeks where I was keeping my head above water thinking that I could hide this. And you know what? Everybody knew but Laurie. And it ended up going right back into what I was doing. And never thought I would see intravenous use, and that's what my story's been for years now. And I overdosed 3 times in 2 weeks. I've been to numerous treatment centers, and I've been on that merry-go-round of jail, detox, treatment centers, giving up and saying, screw it, this is what my life is, I guess. And, you know, and I didn't have much serenity when I came in here at all, nor did I think I was eligible for it, eligible for any kind of good life. We're called guests. We're not called patients. We're not called clients. We're guests, so you feel invited into this place. From the atmosphere to the love from the staff, I got lucky enough to have a good group of people that was in here that really took to this program and gained what you can gain within yourself to live this amazing life and walk around like, not that you have no cares, but that you're okay. And I was amazed by that. And these people took me under their wing and said, you can have that too, because I was a mess when I came in here. And I started to have hope at that point. I started to have hope that, could I be eligible for this? Maybe I might be. There's 3 books that they had given me when you come here, in a little basket and with, you know, all sorts of little goodies. And the Serenity Principles was the first book that I read. And I got grateful. I feel grateful now when I look at it, even though I was all over the place. The author of that book actually was here. And he comes a couple times a year. And, you know, he spoke to us at 2 different groups about his book and about his experience. And, you know, he's in his 70s and looks like he's 40. And you know what? Because when you're a kid at heart and you live life by, you know, being free and not stressing so much and trying to control things that you can't, it's amazing how young you can stay if you feel young in your heart. And like Joe Bailey said, there is no figuring it out. That doesn't exist. You're never going to figure it out. You already have it within you. And you can start by doing that now, slowly. I don't remember what staff member ran a group, but the way it was explained, where I just said, oh, I get it. And that's what I was told, is just keep showing up. The first month you're going through neurofeedback. You're also going through spa. You're also starting to eat right again. And we have chefs here that make everything from scratch. Where do you find that? That's another thing. You start exercising. So it takes a month for your mind to clear out, for you to not think you know everything, for you to not have just tunnel vision. It gives you the ability to get everything out of you so you can be clear-headed up here and from a physiological standpoint. So in the second month is where you're able to retain, listen, and understand what's being brought to you and brought to your attention. Whereas the first month, when we're just starting to feel better again and then you're let back out in the world, how much of a chance do you really have? Here, they designed it so you have a chance. So you can take the time for yourself, because when you look at 2 months, that's such a short amount of time considering you can be given an entire life as a result of it. I have peace and serenity today. I know what to do that's going to work for me today. I know myself from a physical standpoint, from a mental standpoint, and an emotional standpoint. Who would have thought that I ever could gain something like that and had it within me and realize it and connect that all together? It's coming from my heart and not from my mind anymore. And that's a beautiful feeling.